Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Man United Agenda. And this is your Premier League preview show for Manchester United to take on Aston Villa on Saturday. Hello, yes, and welcome to the Man United Agenda, and it is your Premier League preview show. And tonight, as always, we're joined by Mr. B, Talk MU on Monday, and we've got a very special guest. Fanatics is in the building, and he is representing Aston Villa. Welcome to the Man United Agenda, and hopefully we'll make your life as easy as possible tonight. Sitting there, you're muted. Unmute.
Mute.
He's muted.
Sorry.
You can't hear us.
You can tell I'm new to this. I was just saying that I've watched the show, so I'm kind of hoping you guys go easy on me today, yeah? Hashtag on money.
Yeah, he's a bad one, isn't he? He's a terrible one. So, guys, welcome to the Man United Agenda. If it's the first time you're ever tuning in, please like, please share, please hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers, we'll be giving you the chance to win yourself a free signed Bruno Fernandes football shirt. So, welcome. So, let's start off with Man United versus Villa. Seems like Villa has a bad record against Man United. I think if I'm right to say, let's go through some stats. So Villa, Man United, 52 games, Man United 37 against Villa, 97 goals, 31 goals, 27 clean sheets to their 6. Fanatic, welcome to the show. So let's start off with you. Why do you think your record is so dreadful, especially at Old Trafford?
Wow, that's a nice way to start off.
Thank you.
If I'm being honest, you know what I mean? Like, I've supported Villa from the 80s, so I can only go from then. Yeah. I can't talk about before then. But you guys have always had that kind of superiority in the sense of you've always had the money. I know times have changed now. You don't have the big money that you used to, but you've always had the money. We've always been able to attract players not as a high caliber as you guys, and we've just worked with it. We've gone through the times, and I can't really justify the reason why you guys have been better than us over these years, but what I will say is times are changing.
Ooh, confident. Is that fighting talk?
I'm very confident.
Bringing some fighting talk to the table. Ooh. Yeah, well, listen, you had a good spell. You had some good spells, haven't you? Even in your, the recent history. With some good managers there. We had, what was his name now? Crikey, I can't remember his name.
Ron Atkinson?
No, the Irish manager.
Oh, O'Neill.
Martin O'Neill. O'Neill. I mean, he got you. Where did he get you in the league that season?
He got us up to 6.
Yeah.
He was in Euros, and that's the season where we basically lost Barry, Ashley Young.
Yeah.
Well, Abdominal, he was always just there. You know what I mean? Was meant to be, but never ever made it. Do you know what I mean?
You know what, Fanatic?
Yes.
My best memory of Villa is like when Paul McGrath went to you. I think it was like the first season of the Premiership, 93. You had a great season and a great side.
This is why I support who I support.
Oh, you remember them times? Yeah, that's when you
Those were the days.
That was the last time you were up there and really challenging for the title. And it's such a shame because you're such a great club. You should be running the Midlands, and now you let Leicester take over. And
Leicester, Wolves had their little spell, but I think Leicester, they've progressed well. They've got a great training facilities now.
Yeah,
they've got a good manager in Brendan Rodgers. but I still feel we're taking over the Midlands this season, 100%.
I like that.
I mean, do you know what? I think with Dean Smith, I mean, let's have it right. He has improved the team. There's no doubt about that.
100%.
You got to admit he's improved the team. You obviously the style of play you're going to play against us is obviously, as we're looking at, it's going to be probably the 5-3-2 defensive.
Well, yeah. To be honest, this is what he's been doing. He's incorporated the last few games. He was it was a case of, all right, we got Danny Ings, Watkins. For me, he overshone a lot of the players in the team. Coming up from Brentford and performing how he did, for me, I'm very happy. And I was thinking, how is it going to work? But I can see what he wants to do. He wants to have the two up front. If it works, Danny Ings and Watkins, he doesn't stop putting pressure on. And, everybody can say Ings, he's a great finisher. So I'm just hoping that gels. And Danny Ings, he likes a little occasion, so I'm hoping it might be that one on Saturday.
Talking as well, obviously we're talking about Danny Ings, and obviously to be honest with you, Danny Ings was linked with sort of Man United, so that's a sort of caliber. He came from Liverpool. Liverpool, they didn't really show much faith within him.
He had a bad spell. He got injured.
Player. Yeah, he's an injury. He's very injury prone, but when he is on his game, he's one of the best out there.
Yeah.
So you've got him. You've got Ollie Watkins. As we said, you guys got him for bargain from Brentford as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
So
big money at the time. It was big money. It's just proven to be good because you don't usually spend that money on championship players.
Yeah. But again,
that's a great addition to the squad.
Yeah, I've got something to say about that when you're ready as well. But carry on. Sorry,
we'll run through. We'll go through everything. Don't worry.
Yeah. I'm here to talk, man. I got a lot to say.
Yeah. Let's click on, because obviously we go through a little bit about Villa, but we're going to go through quite a lot about Man United, and then we're going to go back to Villa again. So welcome to Man United Agenda, as we said earlier. Guys, if you like him, please share, please subscribe. We're the Man United Agenda on the road to 1K subscribers. And big up everyone who is in the comments as well. So let's start talking about Man United, guys, for a little bit here. Not great week, to be honest with you, but as I always try to be positive and don't be negative, I always look to the future. So the past is the past, we move to the future. Man United against Aston Villa, a game that sees Man United go up against them, and we're going to go up against a team where I sometimes call certain players out, and I'm going to go to on Monday first, because I think we've done a show, last season we did it against Villa, and I think I said something we do with Mings and things, and not a lot of people rate him, but I rate Mings very highly as a defender. Obviously Transabi has been partnering. Here Mr. B shaking his head. Transabi is partnering.
So you're not on your own, mate. You're not on your own in that thought process about Mings, because I quite like Mings as well. I think he's
I do like him as a player, and I think he's a top quality player, but not
Stop.
Stop.
Would you take Tyrone Mings at Old Trafford?
Over whom?
Over who?
If you're asking for a swap.
Would you? Well, Phil Jones, obviously, but would you take, as a footballer with the level that he has, would you take him at Old Trafford?
I'd take Tyrone Mings at Old Trafford.
I'll take him.
Jesus, what am I hearing?
Hold on. Mr. B, that's me. Hold on, just a 1 second. Don't forget here, when you bring a player into Old Trafford, you bring in them, but they drop their baggage at the door. Then they start to take on what we want them to do as well for us. So we can actually mold them and change players. We've seen that many times with players who've come to us.
We can't mold players.
Listen, the basic ingredients are there for me for Tyrone Mings to be a great defender, but he's never going to come to Old Trafford, so this is a pointless conversation.
My point was that I don't think Tyrone Mings is good enough to play at Old Trafford. He's got a mistake in him every single game. Every game. You see, if you watch Tyrone Mings, he'll have 89 minutes of being a decent footballer, and then he's going to make an error. I am sorry. I don't think Tyrone Mings is good enough to play at Old Trafford. My opinion.
I want to back you up there, Mr. B. Credit to him. I like to see players maximise their potential. I mean, it wasn't long ago he was a left back at Bournemouth, trying to kick stamp on Ibrahimovic. You know, that sort of. If you remember that incident, I don't know if you guys remember that incident, but I give him credit. He's athletic. He's 6'5". He's tall, strong, fast. He's got all the ingredients there. But what I really like about him, he's winging it. He's winged his way all the way to England. There's not many great England defenders out there, as we notice, centre backs anymore. That's why he was able to get into the European Championships squad and even get some games. How he wings it, he talks, he gives it all like, I'm the captain. Yeah. Gives it all that thing. Maybe John Terry taught him that while he was there. And it's got him through. And everyone says, what a great leader. But Mr. B hit the nail on the head when he said, he's got a mistake in him. I don't like to criticize players because obviously they're better than us, you know. But he's giving credit. He's maximised his potential and he's at his maximum right now. Playing for Villa, credit to him.
Yeah, you can. It's open. Go on, Fanatic.
No. You know what? What you guys were saying was about 50% right. I'll be honest with you. As a Villa fan, and as one of my cousins grew up like my brother, he's a Villa fan, and we have long conversations. Danny Ings, you know, Tyrone Mings. You know what? He wouldn't be in the England international team for no reason. And you're saying there's not a lot. You're saying there's not a lot of potential. There's a lot of centre backs in England, but the way Southgate wants them to play, a lot of them can't play like that. I'd hate to knock my own players like you guys knock Fred.
I support Fred.
I like that.
But I will say, as a Villa fan and a lot of Villa fans, same thing Mr. B was basically saying, 90% of the match, he would have a fantastic game. All the aerial challenges, he'll win. Between him and Konza are two centre-backs, which I rate Konza more. They're die-hard defenders. Somebody said the John Terry way. Fine. If you got to be die-hard, save a goal line clearance with your head, your nose, you know what I mean, a piece of your shoulder, I'm about that. Be die-hard in defense. You don't want to concede a goal. Yeah. But I want the same going forward. And Tyrone Mings, he tries to play out defense and do all this sometimes, and he just pisses me off. And when he makes that mistake, you know, that 1% where he messes up, you look at him and what's he doing? Chewing his chewing gum like this. Like everything's all right. No, it's not.
Oh, brilliant.
So that's my bit on Tyrone Mings. I still think he's got a lot of potential, and you know, making a statement, talking you, we was talking about if he was to go to Man United, you guys will make him a better player because of the quality of maybe coaches that you have, but we're coming. We just need a couple of seasons. We're coming.
So what we'll do is
oh wow.
Yeah, I know. We're going to go through the comments as well, guys. So thanks for the comments. So guys, we're going to talk about Man United. Now let's start talking about Man United because obviously poor performance over the weekend. Do you think and believe on Monday it's basically this Premier League title now, we sort of have to stay in the race for this title race, or do you think we might just drop out of what's happening at the moment, or do you think Ole will overcome?
Well, all right, there's obviously a big question mark. Only a few games into the season now. We were stuttering against some teams like Southampton. We got a draw. But I think we got the team, our first team, with all the world-class players we got. There's no excuse why in the Premiership, if we don't go out there and put our best team out there, that we can't win every single game. You know, we're still unbeaten away from home, so we're still going well out there. But it's just cast a bit of doubt with the midweek game this week and midweek last week, losing to Young Boys, losing at home to West Ham. When we don't play our strongest team, or when we're playing like when we played against Young Boys, we still had a decent team out there, but we had 10 men, obviously. So there's still cast a little bit of doubt about whether we can do it when it really matters. I think this is a big test against Villa this weekend because Villa ain't no monks. They've signed, they've got a great manager. They're building slowly. They've got a great little young team. Like he mentioned there, Konsa, and he's also from Brentford, and Tyrone Mings and Matty Cash. All these young players, they've really performed well. And then now with the addition of Leon Bailey, I think they're going to do bits this season. I really do. So and the guy from Norwich, just the attacking midfielder, Argentine. They've got a good little outfit there. So good luck to them. But this will be a test for us. A bit like playing West Ham last week. That was a test that we just about came through. And I think it's going to be the same again. We just got to build our confidence again and start getting into our momentum in these league games when we're playing our best sides and start picking up our play and creating more chances, which I think we were starting to do against West Ham in the league game last week. But let's see how we do against Villa, because Villa, we can't underestimate them. They'll be coming to do some damage, especially after what happened midweek.
So I'm going to jump in here. As much as a lot of people will sort of, I think it was 27 shots or something like that we had on goal on against West Ham yesterday. There was some pattern of play where the ball was getting zipped around a little bit quicker than usual game. And even though a lot of people were blaming other players on social media going in for, I'm not about doing that yet. There's no point in sort of doing that, because I keep saying there's only 7 games played of the season. There's no point at all getting overreacting right now. I know a trophy is a trophy. I want us to win that trophy because we're Manchester United. So we should always try to be the best and try to win every single trophy there is to win, even though it's got 3 handles. So people always say, is it a cup or is it, what is it? It doesn't matter. But for me, I look at it and I think someone put in a comment a second ago, it's about the chemistry. It's about holding the chemistry together and basically getting the team, getting the flow. I think this will be a massive learning curve for all the players, like from the first team players to the reserve team players, because that team played against West Ham yesterday. I don't care what anyone tell me. That's a strong team. Mr. B?
It was a strong team, I'll be honest. And I'm not upset with the performance of the game yesterday, but let's get it right. We've got 2 teams. We've got that played, and then we've got the team with Cristiano Ronaldo in. So it really is chalk and cheese. Tomorrow, I don't think it's going to be an issue. Solo. Saturday, in regards to players being up for the game, whether or not they perform to the level that we want them to perform to is another thing. What I will say, on Monday, you were talking about, OS. I was talking to OS yesterday about Dalot and his crossing. If those balls come in tomorrow, Wan-Bissaka can't do what Dalot did. That's the one part of the game where we all know that he can improve. But Wan-Bissaka can improve. But if Dalot gets on the pitch tomorrow, I think that's where we're going to see a few issues. I think that's where it cause a few issues for Villa tomorrow.
Yeah. Talk. Do you see this a problem, or do you, with me saying about the chemistry, the players, 7 games played? I know obviously you do the watch along. You're very passionate with the watch along, but I would say if we played roughly 15 to 20 games and we're playing like this, then I could see there's an issue. But right now, you've got to think Cristiano Ronaldo, Jadon Sancho, all these guys got a mold to the players we've got already. So for me, it's a case of working together, trying to build together, and each day in training, it will get better and better in training each day whenever the guys go training. And it's not panic attack right now. It's not panic station right now, is it?
Well, I mean, look, it was overall the performance-wise, like the build-up of play, the fast passing, that was all great. It was quite exciting to watch from the start. We were all like, "Ooh, we're going to get a good score here." But it was just up front. We were just toothless. And when you look at the 4 that we had up front there, you would expect so much more. And I've seen, if I'm honest with you, like you say, I am passionate and I'm quite honest as well. I've seen a little bit of shirking responsibility as well from certain players. I'm not going to call calling players out because I don't want to get anybody thinking I've got an agenda against players, because they haven't. But there were some players who were shirking their responsibilities, in my opinion. You've got opportunities in front of you, you don't take them. You pass the ball off and then start pointing, or then say, I'm going to pass the ball off and then I'm going to run to the space. Why are you doing that? You're supposed to be a ball carrier. You've got the ability to take the ball with you, then cause them to make a decision. Make them, give them something to think about. Well, the ball is the danger. That's where the danger is in the game of football. Is the ball, not the player. It's the ball. So from that point of view, there was a bit of a problem. But like you say, with the team going forward, you know, like Mr. B said, we've got 2 teams, right? But this is something. If there's this huge gap from our first team of who we're going to play against Villa to that team we put out the other night, yesterday, Ollie needs to bridge that gap and bridge it quick. Because if we get any injuries, blah blah, we could find ourselves in real trouble and really quick as well. So I think Ollie needs to pull these together, these 2 sort of, you know, separate teams that we've got there.
And before we go to the comments, guys, I just need to ask Fanatic. Man United spent quite a bit in the transfer market. Again, performance like that yesterday, and obviously against West Ham on Sunday. I don't know would we call it a bit of luck, or we got away with one of them there, or what was your thought process with that? Mute.
Sorry, guys. You can tell I'm an amateur, innit?
That's all right.
New to this.
I heard it all from the outside. I don't know, man. I look at Man United. Obviously, you're underperforming. Everybody knows that. You know, from when I was growing up, Man United was always big. So to see them going through all this now is just a bit crazy to me. But at the same time, you've brought in certain players now, which are of quality, as we know, or more than. But again, Solo kind of touched on it. It's about gelling. You can't Ronaldo just touches the floor running anywhere he goes. Do you know what I mean? So you got to expect that. Sancho, for me, as an outsider, I would like to see him doing better, but he's not getting enough game time. You know, they're expecting in 20 minutes, Sancho can turn the whole game around, which we've seen him do on many occasions. But he needs to settle. Man United's a big club, so a lot of players need to still adjust to being a world-class club or a big club, however you want to put it. Sorry, carry on.
Go on, you Karen. Go on.
No, I was just gonna say I just can't understand. Some people have mentioned like chemistry, which I think's a part to do with it as well. And on the other hand, kind of like England, there's no, I don't know, like there's no plan. It's like you guys just put a team together and just play.
You know, he's making some good points there,
and rely on the quality players that you have got. Do you know what I mean? Marvin made a good point about the Darlow, and I watched that game. Well, in between the Villa and Chelsea, obviously, because I love to watch to see what's going on. Do you know what I mean? And
that's what I was just saying. Sorry, that's what I was just saying about players shirking the responsibilities. When you do that, you're then putting the ball into areas where other players are going, well, wait a minute. Why are you giving it to me? You're the one who carries the ball. Then they're looking to lay it off. Then you're like, well, what's going,
but sometimes, it's a bit predictable sometimes. Put the ball into Fernandes. Let him ping a 40-yard ball out wide. Do you know, like, from me watching the game, sometimes this is what I see, but, you've got a lot of quality, man. It's going to come good. I don't want Man City to win the league again, so come on, guys.
You know what? Fair play, Fanatic. You've made some really good points, and if that's your observation as a neutral, without any agenda or anything like that, that's really insightful, because there is that feeling too at Man United, especially with us. We feel that we're not clicking, we haven't clicked yet, and we don't, and it's a bit artificial, just putting in players and expecting it to work automatically.
And you've got some good results, but you're still not the Man United that I used to see. Do you know what I mean?
Can I say, I've got to make a point about listen, we're talking about United with the gelling and all the rest of it. Ollie won what he won doing 4-3-3. He came to the club, went on a run 4-3-3. He then switches to a 4-2-3-1 without a 6. Then he's now, rumours of him saying, I've not heard him say, but that he doesn't want a number 6. He wants more of a kind of, a Brian Robson or whoever else was mentioned type player who can do a bit of everything. Whoa. This is 2021, Ollie. This is like, they were not like back in 1981, mate. This is 2021. The game has moved on since then. You don't have a jack of all trades and masters of none. It doesn't work. You need, if you're going to make this system work, you need to have a dedicated player for each position who understands their position 100% and gives it 100% dedication. Simple as that. Otherwise, it ain't going to work. This is why, for me, he needs to drop this 4-2-3-1 and go to 4-3-3. Simple.
Yeah.
And
sorry, Mr. B, with that, obviously, I think we're in the same sort of thing where I think Ole will get it right. I think he will get it right. And I think also as well with this here, the run-ins now from now till October, I honestly think he'll get it right and get everything bedded in, because the players losing that game, every player needs to go to a cup final. Amateur football, professional football, all players, that's what you play the game for. You don't want to just, we took part in it. We want to get to a final. So do you think he will get it right?
Of course I do. Of course I do. I told you already. I back Oli 100%. I'm convinced he's going to get it right. I'm not talking about time. He's had the time. This is the pressure season. This is Ollie's 365 days of squeaky bum time. He'll get it right. I don't see it being any issue at all. I said that from the get-go. He came in, he's done his first job, which was to get the trash out. He's got the harmony back. Now his instruction is to win us a trophy. So yeah, I'm expecting us to kick on an Ollie to prove all of his doubters wrong.
We're gonna go to some of the comments now. So guys, if you're liking, please share, please subscribe. You are gonna see my predicted 11. I hope you guys are ready for it. Also, we're gonna go to Fnatic. We're gonna find out a little bit more about Villa as well. We're gonna get a lineup with them as well. Guys, if you would like, hit your prediction in the comments and we'll read them out as well. So on Monday, as always, please please share, please subscribe to the Man United Agenda. We're on the road to 1K subscribers. On Monday, we'll be kind enough to read out the comments.
Okay, I'm not going to be so kind this week, Solo, because there's so many comments. I'm just going to skip through them, the relevant ones. So just want to say hi to Talk MU. Even though you're in here, you're saying big up in the you're anywhere, even in the Devils United, big up. Annie Herbert, our regular Arsenal fan, big up, man. How you doing? Amy B, naturally, she says good evening.
Good evening.
Solo. Annie Herbert said he's been to Villa Park. It's a lovely stadium, great pitch. Yeah, that's totally great. Nice. That's why. Big shout out to Rich Sports out here. How you doing? And he says West Brom is a terrible stadium. No, Box is in the house. Box is in the house. Devils United TV says Danny Ings was a definite surprise buy for Villa. He brings in leadership in the squad as well as helping Watkins up front. That's a good shout there, Devils United.
Very good shout.
Is that Maisie?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Great insight, Maisie. Anthony Herbert says good player. Ings wanted him for Arsenal to sign him, but if we had him, we would beat Man United 4-0. Okay. Box, how you doing? Box says Kotzer, Tunzabi, and Mings. That's a good back three. I watched them the other day. They look pretty decent. Yeah, I agree.
No, Anthony, you're a lemon. He's a lemon.
Mehdi, how you doing? Back again. Says not trying to be cocky, but I really can't see a single player of Aston Villa who would get into the Man United team to strengthen our squad.
I can't.
There's somebody's name coming up in the next couple of comments.
So Danny Ings signs Man United for free. Okay, breaking news. Being funny.
This one.
Phil says McGinn over Fred all day. Matty Cash is a good shout as well. So
McGinn,
yeah, very good player, isn't he?
McGinn.
I'll take McGinn over Fred.
International. He's been proven. I mean, Fergie really likes him. But he likes any Scottish player.
He's a workhorse.
Yep, that's it.
Box again. We lack chemistry since Fergie's left. Devils United says Villa can be a tough opponent as they have improved as a squad and brought in some great players. Devils United says if we get an early goal or two, we can do some damage.
Yep, that too.
Akil says as Tunzabi is not eligible to play this game, will Villa revert back to a back four? And is Ian Bailey. Is Leon Bailey fit?
Leon Bailey is fighting for fitness at the moment.
Yeah,
it's a weird one with him, isn't it?
He'll be on the bench.
So what about the back four situation?
I think in regards to the defensive situation, like Courtney House, you probably don't know him.
From Wolves.
Signed him from West Brom. No, Wolves, sorry.
Wolves, yeah.
But I think he played last week. Sorry, during the week. Sorry, against Chelsea yesterday. Sorry. So I think he'll just slot it. He wants to keep that formula going. I'm sure.
Good.
You know what I mean?
Brilliant.
But you're going to play a back five, though. You're going to play a back five, aren't you?
That's what I mean. So Courtney House will go straight in for Axel.
Yeah.
Devils United says, I hear what you're saying, Solo. We need to build chemistry, and it's better to build this now as this will be needed even more at Christmas and at the end of the season. Pyro Destiny says, great contact.
Thank you.
I can't speak today. Contact lads. Thank you.
Thank you.
King Tony, Brentford fan. How you doing,
Big up,
man?
King. Big
Says
up,
Watkins coming back to fitness and a danger. We would take him back at Brentford anytime. And
That's
Cosmo.
Great.
Imagine the
one
team
for
Brentford
future,
would
I'm
have.
telling you.
Imagine they even had Mopai, didn't they, from Brentford, Brighton?
He went, yeah, exactly.
Got some great scouting. Stoney, does anyone announce who this is? Stoney, the third brother.
Yes, bro.
Yeah, and a Liverpool fan. Imagine the wars growing up in this household. Stoney says, welcome, Fanatic. Villa winning this fixture. Ashley Young with his new shape up, scoring a brace. That's bold. Very bold there.
Against
Stoney.
the bar.
King Tony, this message to King Tony from Box says, King Tony, you don't need him now with Fossa.
He scored a hat-trick yesterday.
Okay.
For Brentford.
Big up to Mandeville, Jamaica. Jordan, how you doing?
Jordan.
Yes.
Yeah, big up, Jordan.
Akil says, I actually think we played good yesterday, but the forwards didn't make any good runs. Martial was non-existent, and Tellez got exploited in the first 10 minutes. Was that for the goal where they let the guy run through? Boxers game, we showed chemistry in patches, but not being consistent.
Definitely.
We need that if we're going to sustain a title threat. Just running through now. I'm skipping, guys. Don't want a small talk. Akil says we are putting in crosses for fun yesterday, as if Cavani and CR7 was playing. Wrong game to play Martial as a striker. Very good point. Sorry, can I
defend Martial a little bit there? He wasn't that great yesterday.
You're going to get an argument from me. You will get an argument, by the way.
We go past.
Yeah, I won't bother on that. Leave it out, mate, because you're going to get...
We go.
Okay. Any Leicester fans out there, sorry, but East Midland is struck by Leicester. Go and tune into Chris's channel. Leicester Till I Die. Fantastic. He says, big up the Hammers. Thank you. I shouldn't have given you that big build-up now. Devils United says, hey, Chris. Chris is well-known. We love Chris on the circuit. Big up the panel. Thank you, Chris. King Tony says, why United continue with Martial? Don't know. Doing nothing. See? Akil says, I don't get it when people say it's only a League Cup. Beggars can't be choosers. Ollie has no right to be picky as he's won nothing yet.
I'll take it.
Devils United says, would have loved to see Eddie Cavani. Was that yesterday? Cavani.
Yeah.
Can't wait till he's back. Ronaldo starting. Eddie coming off the bench would be insane. Yes.
Yeah.
Box says we need to get gelling. We need to play the same 9, 10, 11 players week in, week out. Akil says October fixture is crazy. It's we know about that. We're going to Liverpool, aren't we, guys? It's going to be interesting to see how Ollie will come out of unscathed. Wow. King Chris Leicester actually won a match. You found your level with Millwall. Bit of East Midland banter. Box is saying Ollie is juggling so many different ideas at the moment. No, not ideal when it's supposed to be in a 4-year project. Good shout. How can we? Cosman. How can we do that when we don't have a good holding midfielder?
That was Mike for me.
And sorry, let's just say hi to Almighty Blues. How you doing?
Yo, Ankit, that's Ankit. Big up
Ankit. Anyone Chelsea fans, go check out Ankit. Top pundit. He says, it's not my time. It's not for my time difference. I had to watch each show of this lot content, energy defined. Thank you very much. It's a compliment, by the way, even though I didn't spit it out correctly. Cosmo says, what is Amondi's view on Wan-Bissaka? And hello, Box. Little welcome. Yeah. Do you want to talk about Martial? And I'll just say quickly, Wan-Bissaka, good player. Just don't want him to. I think he needs to develop. He's still got a higher ceiling. He's got so much potential. 100%. I don't want him going to ground. Good defenders don't go to ground as much as he should, even though he's known for like being one-on-one the best defender. And also, I want to have a bit more confidence. He used to play as a winger when he was younger. Have a bit more confidence going forward and look at the benchmark when we got Delo, as Mr. B mentioned earlier.
And I'm just going to touch on quickly because we've got to go in. We've got about 10 minutes, if that now. So for me, Martial yesterday, it weren't great. I'm not going to lie. He wasn't great. He did one or two good things, but we all got to remember, guys, this is like, what I think his second game.
Don't
It's
care.
his second game.
I don't care.
So
you know what,
me,
Mr. B?
I'm just leaving him as he is for the
So
minute
long.
because we've
So
seen
long.
games in the season. Go
Hold
on.
on. What I want to, I'll just say one word, right? Attitude. That's all I'm going to say. Attitude.
Thank you. So, guys, if you like him, please like, please share, please subscribe. We're the Man United Agenda, and listen, it's a free for all. So, you know, no, we don't pull no punches on here. Very honest content and very honest people we've got on board all the time. So, like and sharing, subscribe, please, to the United Agenda. Guys, this is my favorite. So, we're going to go through now solo prediction.
Yes. Let's have a look at your team.
So, guys, if you're watching, please give us your prediction team and we'll get them read out as well. So,
I was struggling to find Brian Robson for your solo book.
listen, I was looking for Eric Gemma. What are you talking about?
Oh my days.
Kanchelskis.
Oh.
Hey, Kanchelskis was world class. He was world class. Okay, so guys, this is oops, I've lost you. This is my team for the lineup. Oops, so I'm there. Guys, what do you think?
So we got De Gea in goal.
Yep.
Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Maguire, left back Shaw, two-man midfielder Fred and McTominay. We've got Bruno's number 10, Greenwood on the right, Pogba on the left, and naturally Ronaldo up front.
So let's start talking about this now. So let's start off with the Fanatic. Let's talk to you about this. Where is the threat coming from for you?
I can't see it. No, I'm only playing. Well, it depends how we're matching up. But to be honest, is that where you're going with Scott McTominay? Yeah.
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 Okay. It's always going to be the threat. Ronaldo is going to be the number one threat wherever. You know what I mean? But I actually think I said what I said about Mings, but I actually think this game he's going to be in his pocket. I'm saying it loud and proud with my chest. Ooh. And he might change my feeling about him because right now he's not in my good books. Bruno is always a problem, but I think Greenwood is a problem. The reason why I say that is because our left back position I'm not comfortable with. Target is our main man, Matt Target, which I adored for a long time. But the first game of the season when I saw him against Watford, what's his name? Matt Sarr is his name?
Yes.
Yeah.
Roasted him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He put him in the oven for 4 hours. I was cut up. I was so hurt that game because I thought first game of the season, Watford must be a winner. Do you know what I mean? Get off to a good start of the season. Roasted him, turned him around in one of them things. You know when they hog tie you?
Spit roast.
Hog tie the pig. Yes, spit roast.
Like a kebab shop.
Roasted. Anyway,
I'm going to say peanuts in it.
Literally. So I'm thinking Greenwood's going to be very much of a threat if that's how you lot are going to come out. I'll be honest. Pogba's always going to be a threat. Bruno's always going to be a threat. Ronaldo's always going to be a threat. But if we can, you know, cover those positions, i.e., as I said, Mings doing the Ronaldo, Konza doing the Pogba, we should be all right. I'm telling you.
Mr. B?
That's the team. I don't disagree with you anymore. I'm sick and tired of sitting down here telling you what my team's going to be and how it should be this, and then you come out with your team and it's right. So I'm not going to disagree with you. You know what my opinion is. I say every week on that central midfield pairing, but that is Ollie's. We moan about first choice. We moan about tactics. Ollie, that is Ollie's. Whether we like it or not, that is Ollie's preferred pivot, double pivot. So it's something that we have to. That's the team. I wouldn't change that for the game on Saturday.
Monday.
Yeah, I like the team there. I think that's probably what we start with. You're always got it. Well, you're never far wrong, are you, Solo? But I'd like to see Bruno dropping in. just at dropping into a 3 and have his starting position there, because I think we need to cut the supply line to Danny Ings and Watkins, because there's like the perfect front two, like an old school 4-4-2 front two, the big man who can flick it on or touch it on for the busy guy who's so busy who can get in between the lines. So I think our 2 centre backs are going to have their work cut out, because it's not often these days where you have 2 front guys you have to deal with. So if they are starting those 2, I think we have to really make sure we cut off the supply, because they can do damage. They really can. But otherwise, I'm quite happy with the setup, the team. And I think looking at it now, I think we've got the quality there. We should be winning this game.
Talk.
Yeah, I agree with the team. And let's have it right. This is the team that has been getting us results. All right, I know we didn't get what we wanted away, blah blah blah. It wasn't this full setup, but always give chances to the other members of the squad, and they ain't producing. So he's got to go with us. This is all he's got to try and get us a trophy. We have to remember that and bear that in mind. So I think Villa, it's going to be hard as well though, because they're going to make, if they're going to go 5 at the back, which they probably are, then there's going to be nowhere for us to get in behind them. So we're going to have to play. We're going to have to play sort of just in front of them, and then see if we can ask them to be brave and come out a little bit, and then put balls in and have people to try and run on. That's because we're not going to be able to play the ball on the floor in a successful style, in my opinion, if they're going to play like that. And then they're going to use the wings, aren't they? Something right, the wing backs, etc. They're going to use the wings against us. That's where they're going to try and squirt the ball and get it through. Because our midfield, again, I say this, but our midfield should be controlling that game. Against most teams in the Premier League, our midfield should be controlling the game. So they ain't going to try and, in my opinion, outdo us in the midfield. They're going to try and use the width of the pitch.
Yeah, to be honest with you, though, for me, the way I look at it, and I look at this team lineup, I would prefer us to get rid of the 2 in the midfield. I'd honestly want to get rid of it as soon as possible. The issue is, we know Ole is trying this system, and he's trying his hardest to make it work. How long he's going to try and make it work, I'm not sure. But this is a system he's going to go with. He's not going to change it. I know on Monday you're saying about Bruno dropping deeper and stuff like that. I can't see it happening anytime soon. I honestly believe, even if we went out and we got a CDM, we still would play the same system with Ole. Because what the problem is, losing that 6-1 or 6-2 against Tottenham, literally since then, he's been playing this formation and he hasn't changed it. Even if we're playing against a lesser team, in like last season, the Carabao Cup or in the FA Cup, he'd still play the same formation.
But it's not helping him solo, is it? And this is what I'm saying about Ole right now. Is look, I'm going to give him to the end of the season, whatever, because I love him, right? But he's not helping himself. He needs to. What's the point in sort of saying, it's got to be a little bit cagey. I've got to protect the back, because if it doesn't work, he's going to get sacked. So what, and the same breath, giving it a really good go and being braver, and it doesn't work, you're going to get sacked. Either way, you're going to get sacked. I would much rather get sacked having had a go than sort of trying to put my hands up and sort of stop someone punching my head. I'd rather have a fight back. I'd rather go down with a fight rather than cowering. And I think at some point, Ollie, for me, he's got to look at the squad he's got right now. And like I say, for me, the chances he's been given to players, we talked about this last night, but you know what? Yeah, I know they've only had them for a certain amount of time and certain amount of games and everything else. But it's quite clear that he's only got a sort of select few that he knows he can trust at this stage. Whether these other fringe players are going to actually, prove their worth and actually come good for us at the right time, which is like now, if we want to win this season, we'll have to wait and see.
Can I just ask Fanatic quickly? Yeah, so you've seen our lineup, you've been on the show, you're comfortable now. Can you just give us a rundown of what lineup you'd like to see from your squads, from your first team, and how you think you're going to hurt us?
You know what? It can go 2 ways, because firstly, I was thinking the same thing, same back 5, but we can tweak it in 2 ways. So Martinez has to be in goal.
Good keeper.
When he's not playing, I don't feel comfortable, and I'm sure the rest of the team don't.
Yep.
It's got to be Matty Cash right back. Well, right wing back.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go with Ashley Young, left wing back.
Woo, good shout.
Reason being because he doesn't really get beaten one-on-one nowadays, you know. Secondly, it's Man United, so he's, you know, he was a Villa boy, Man United Villa boy again. So it's kind of that, I can't make this happen.
Sorry, Fanatic.
Yes.
I've got my mobile phone in my hand here, yeah? And right now, I've done a Villa team on my phone, and I'm going to tell you how close I am to you.
All right, cool. We're going to go with that, yeah?
Yep.
So obviously, then if we're going to go with a back five, I said my two wing backs.
Yep.
Back three, obviously Tyrone Mings. He's now our captain, if anybody doesn't know. Since Grealish is gone, he's our captain.
I think he makes that clear by pointing and doing all that.
he's always done that. And chewing them hard. Then you got obviously Axel, I'm sure within the loan agreement he's not going to play.
No,
so I'm going to go with Konza, Courtney House.
Yep.
All right.
So
I heard through the grapevine that
already your back line is the same as mine.
Okay.
Ashley Young.
Yes. Ashley Young, left wing back.
Oh, okay. Yes. All right, let's go.
Cash right, wing back.
Midfield, let's go.
Midfield.
Yeah. All right, we got the same. Midfield, we're either gonna go. Well, we're gonna go with the two. So it's either gonna be. Well, it is gonna be McGinn and Douglas, Lewis Douglas.
Yep.
And we're either gonna go with one dropped in, which is gonna be Buendia.
Yep.
And then two up front, Danny Ings and Watkins. Make sense?
Yeah,
Just
5-3-2.
Yeah.
I'll ask you a question. What gets me? You bought Liam Bailey, and he's like, for me, he's going to be a star player. But how does he fit in? Because you got Trezeguet. You still got Trezeguet?
Yeah.
We got Trezeguet, but
so how do
he's
you
not number one? He's fell down
with this new formation you've got? It's like you're isolating your wingers.
No.
So, and then even last week, Liam Bailey came in as a wing back, I believe. Is that correct? So Trezeguet and Liam Bailey should be saying we've got to go back to a forward at the back to get us to make us utilize us as inside forward or forwards. You know.
I can ask you a question on Monday. Bailey is not fully fit. From when he first came, he had to quarantine. Even when he scored the other day, he scored.
Well, when he sprinted away from the defender and blasted it in, he looked fit to me.
And did you hear what his reaction was to that? He took himself over the pitch because he said, I hit the ball too hard. It affected my abdominals.
Oh, my days.
So he said, just to be on the safe side, let me take myself off as precaution. So,
sorry, Fanatic, just a side note, Fanatic. What did you see his interview? What he said about the Villa fans and being at the club, he was so animated and passionate about it. You're lucky. The fans must love him after that.
Listen, he ain't even started yet. He hasn't even produced how he's going to produce. 2 seasons ago, I was saying to my cousin, I would love to attract. I was watching him in Germany.
Yeah, me too.
Do you know what I mean? Seeing what he was doing for the national team.
And
I would love to have a player like that. And look, we're coming along. But can you hear my second line up? Because you didn't give me a chance.
Go on.
The same back six, including the goalie. It's still going to be McGinn. It's still going to be Douglas. But we might say, all right, Ings up top by yourself. Watkins on the left, because he can do that position. He does it very well because he's a busy bee. No pun intended with Brentford in that. And on the right, he can put. I don't think Leon Bailey's going to play. He's probably going to start on the bench, but it's probably going to be Buendia on the right because he can drift from the right. If not, it's going to be Bailey because Bailey used to play on the right a lot of times, as you might know on Monday for Leverkusen because he drops off on his left, and that's it.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's right. That's my two formations.
Okay, guys, if you like and please share, please subscribe. We're in the Mania Agenda on the road to 1K subscribers. Now for your team prediction, whilst Amanda is reading through one or two of these comments, and then we will call it a day there. So,
okay,
it's from
just a little back up here from what you were saying. Says Mike Lou says I think Bailey pulled a muscle, may not have healed. Villa B team looks strong too. I can see the first team getting 1 goal, but Man United should win overall. Macho, how you doing, Macho? All the way from Miami Beach. Villa could be tough. We made some decent signings with full strength team. We may be able to pull off a 2-1 win. So we've got a few predictions coming in here, lads. Let's go down. We're just going to wind it up now. Should we give it a Lango chance? That's from King Tony.
Not this game.
He looks all right though.
Again, Almighty Blue says, if not for the time difference, I would have watched each show. Oh, yeah.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Oh, God. Sorry. I've done all this already. Finally, just winding up now. This is a team from Mehdi. Says, De Gea in goal, Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Maguire, Shaw, McTominay, and Donny. Okay, no Fred. Pogba on the left, Bruno in the middle, Sancho on the right, and Ronaldo up front. A few surprises there. Yeah, there is. I like that side. Villa are a good team, says King Tony, and it will be tough, but we have tougher one against Liverpool. Fox says exactly the same thing Louis van Gaal did when we lost 5-3 to Leicester. He went ultra defensive. Okay, Fox, you know your stuff, man. You know your stuff. Anthony Herbert says when Ashley Young left, Mr. B was so upset for a week.
Yeah.
Mike Green saying, can Bailey play CDM? He's talking about our Bailey. Surely.
Bye.
Our Bailey.
Okay. And King Tony again says, United have only really been convincing in 2 games, which is Leeds and Newcastle. And finally, Anthony Herbert predicts 3-2 United. Thank you. Thanks for the comments, guys.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. So, score prediction, please.
I think it's going to be a tough game for us, if I'm honest with you. I think that they do the 5-3-2. We're not going to get space in behind. It's going to be tippy-tappy, try, push, blow. I think if we come out of it with a 1-0, we'll be lucky.
1-0. Oh, dear. Yeah. Oh, wow. Mr. B, we pretend we didn't hear that one.
Yeah. Yeah. His description sounded like the name of a porn movie. I'm gonna give it 2-1. I'll give it 2-1 United, but not like the West Ham game, a proper 2-1 where we're 2-0 up and they score in maybe the 65th minute, and then we control the game like Amonde likes for the last 25. 2-1.
2-1. Let's go to Amonde. We go to our guest last. Fanatic.
You know what? Do you want to say, Fanatic? It's been a pleasure having you on the show. You got a lot of knowledge, a lot of love for your club. But unfortunately, I'm predicting a 1-0 win for Man United, as I always do.
That's cool.
I think you guys are fantastic. I would like to see you back on the show as soon as possible. 1-0 United, score the goal and control the game. That's what I've been begging for since this show began.
And actually, Amonde, this is what I'm saying about our midfield. That's what I want to see. And this is, where if it's going to be more than 1-0, it's only because we'll control the midfield. If we don't, we might sneak it. That's how I see it. Simple.
Just to counter that, Rise, I do think we can get behind them. I really do, because it's the gaps they leave in between. The wing backs are so high up. When you got the free is having the width of the whole 100 whole width of the pitch. So there's going to be many gaps to play in behind. And I'm looking for that for us to score. That's how
we'll see.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Score prediction, please.
I'm going with 2-2, because you guys are going to put the pressure on, but we're going to withstand it, and we're still going to score at the same time. So I can see a little bit of leakage. You guys ain't gelled that much, so we can get in behind 100%.
2-2 So for me, as always, I always go for one score prediction each and every show, and hope and pray I can actually get the result correct for once, as well as my lineup normally. So 3-1 United. Like to see a bit more.
3-1, yeah.
Shock horror.
The other guys were playing it safe, like 1-0, 2-1. Only a goal in between it.
Yeah,
never 3-1.
United, for me, I always say we always concede a goal. So we'll never keep a clean sheet. We'll always concede. We'll always concede a goal. But it's one of them because Man United is a team of two different halves. We have the first half or we're the second half. We don't know what half we're going to be. So the first half we might turn up. The second half we won't turn up. So we're going to concede a goal. So
that's cool.
Score prediction for us, it's going to be 2-1, 3-1, and I reckon Ronaldo always get his first penalty because he's been kicked to pillar to post and ain't even got a penalty this season.
True.
But we're going to go through some of the comments, some of the score predictions quickly on Monday.
Okay, so Carrie says 3-0 to Ronaldo, bag of brace. Mike Green says 3-1. Donny, we got goal scores as well. Donny, Ronaldo ×2, and Danny Ings will score for Villa. 1-1 says King Tony. Thanks for your contributions today, King Tony, by the way. Devils United says 2-1 to Man United. These Arsenal fans throwing a spanner in the works. Box says 1-0 by Jones.
Jones, yeah.
Thank you, Box. Good one. Thanks you. Yeah, exactly, Box. Well, that's funny. Oh yeah, and finally, Tom Jones got more chance of scoring. That's not unusual. Anyway,
I like that one.
Guys, if you're watching with the Money Agenda, please like, please share, please subscribe. We're going to be doing a watch along on Saturday where Talk will be back on, and we will be doing a reaction show with Amanda, Mr. B, and hopefully Fanatic will be back on for the reaction as well.
Depending what the result is.
Yeah.
No, I'll be here, man. I wear it with my chest, mate.
Yeah. Brilliant. So we're going to see you guys for the reaction show. But guys, everyone out there, thank you so much for the comment. Thanks. There's a couple of people lastminute.com. Who are they? Oh, thank you. There was a 5-1 as well.
Okay, so Mehdi saying 5-1. Yeah, another great second half from us. Great stream, says Devils United. Big up Devils United, Maisie. And another great stream. Yeah, thanks. And I think that's down to Fanatic. Thank you.
Thank you, Fanatic.
Appreciate
you having me, yeah?
Guys, thank you. And have a lovely evening. And we'll see you on Saturday. Have a lovely evening.
See you later.
See you later.
Ciao.